we've got Greg Rice with Nexus Property Management in the studios with us. Greg, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. You've got a very interesting topic today.
Yeah, I want to talk about the first-time homebuyer opportunity and the lottery ticket that it is that the federal government gives you.
Mm-hmm.
Many people will take this opportunity and buy a single-family home. Now, doing that, it's a good thing. You get a better quality of life, but what happens is you put yourself in a position of a hole.
Mm-hmm.
So if your goal is to be an investor one day, it's going to be hard to climb out of that hole because you have a property that doesn't pay you. You pay it.
I like the way you think. Yeah, that's very outside of the box. Because traditionally, Greg, people think the American dream, white picket fence, Cadillac in the driveway, your basic ranch colonial cape,
Those days are over. The 9 to 5 getting rich thing is not going to happen. You're not getting rich and I'm not getting rich punching a clock. You need to have supplemental income, and with the first-time homebuyer credit, you can buy up to 4 units. So what I did was I bought a 4-family in East Providence,
Yep.
and I lived in 1 unit, and the other 3 units paid my mortgage, and I didn't have any housing expenses. Housing expenses are people's number one burden.
Yes.
People work to pay their mortgage and rent. And once you buy a multifamily, those days are over.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now you've got tenants that are paying. In a 4-family, that's, I've always said, and it's a mistake until I had a conversation with you, I always said, I'm going to buy a 3-family. And what did you just tell me? You just said...
I said buy a 4.
Buy a 4. And
everybody needs a 4.
that the 4, the 4th, and the 3rd, the 4th give you income.
Right.
The 2nd pays your bills.
Exactly.
So, and I mean, you've leveraged this better than anybody else I know, because what did you do? You went out and bought you bought a building.
Yeah, now I
Converting
have 20 units total. I'm 25 years old. I have 20 units. Nobody has that. But
I love this, dude.
That's because I followed the right path.
Yep.
I didn't buy a single family. I got married, but I didn't buy the single family.
Yep.
So I just been in a position that I can leverage. So right now I'm in a position where I'm not being drained financially,
Mm-hmm.
which is a great thing. And many people are just on the other side of the 8 ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, they're thinking more along the lines of the old American dream, but I think there's a new American dream.
And it's the multifamily. So
And it's wealth.
it's wealth, it's financial freedom, it's not being dependent on your job, it's having multiple streams of income.
Absolutely. And as the population continues to grow, these multifamilies are going to become more and more valuable.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, for example, just in the Rhode Island area, it's a former mill state, and you have so many opportunities to buy these 3-4 family units. They're plentiful. Now, they're not always in the best area, but you need to make some sacrifice once in a while.
Yep.
So, for me, I found one on right off of Bullock Point Avenue in East Providence.
Okay.
And it's a decent area. It's not the greatest, but it's somewhere that you could live comfortably. You can have a wife, the kids, a dog, whatever you do.
Yep.
It's possible.
And first-time home buyers now, that doesn't always mean, people that are extremely young or people in their 30s or whatever. It could be any demographic. I mean, you could be 60, 70 years old, be a first-time home buyer if you haven't owned before.
Absolutely.
Take huge advantage of this income-earning opportunity while you're going through retirement. Okay.
Absolutely. You get the income from the rents, and then you get all the tax benefits. And I'm not a tax professional, but I filed my tax returns before, and essentially the only thing that's not deductible is the principal mortgage payment.
Yep, that's it.
So your taxes, your insurance, your water bill, your sewer bill, you're deducting all of these things. And then you're claiming a depreciation for every year the property's in service. It's totally lopsided compared to working 9 to 5. It's just, you can't even compare the benefits.
It is. And is that one of the reasons, I mean, that financial genius right there, is that one of the reasons why you got into property management?
Absolutely, because now I can assist other people in growing their portfolios. I can learn more.
Yep.
And I just get to know all the ins and outs that most people have no idea about.
Yeah. And I gotta say, so I've dealt with a bunch of property managers around the state and whatnot, but the reason why we invited Greg and Nick with Nexus Property Management on the show is because we did some thorough background research on them and their company. They actually let us tour their facility. What road is that on in Pawtucket? Your main office over there?
Our headquarters in Pawtucket's on North Union Street. It's adjacent to the library and the YMCA.
What you guys have done to this building was my breath got taken away because I know that area very, very well. Okay. And my breath got taken away by what you've done to this beautiful old building. Okay. You've totally revitalized it. You're revitalizing the beautiful downtown Pawtucket community. You're making a difference, and I want to be a part of that. Okay, I want to be a part of that. I want to be associated with people that see possibility here in Rhode Island.
Absolutely. Pawtucket, historically, it used to be the bee's knees, and now it's a more transient area. It's a bit depressed as far as the life in the downtown area at nighttime. So we're trying to bring that back, and we're putting 24 lofts upstairs in our building. And then we'll have our conference center, which you saw.
Yep.
And we purchased 2 more buildings across the street for some more lofts. So we're trying to make Pawtucket great again.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, when you guys gave me a tour of your headquarters, you just did such a beautiful job on there, and I think you're really making Pawtucket proud. I really, really do. And across the street, you bought that building where you have those 6 units.
Yeah.
And you're going to be bringing in some really great people, that are going to be renting from you and giving back to the community, spending money in that local area.
A lot of people think you need to bring businesses and then the people will follow. It's the inverse. You need people to live there, and then they have a place to spend their money.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring great people
Qualified
to downtown,
people.
And then they're going to spend their money.
Yeah, that's totally awesome. And I mean, there's so many people that would actually still prefer to rent than to own because when they go into a building that's professionally maintained and managed, they feel comfortable. They're willing to pay a higher rent, actually, is what I've seen. I mean, I've seen 10 to 15% higher that they're willing to pay in rent. Correct me if I'm wrong there, which is great because it completely covers your fee from a property management company.
Absolutely.
And it allows you to profit more and to get write-off. So why would you not do that? So I'm really studying what these guys are doing, and I'm seeing such an advantage where he's actually inspired me to buy a multifamily this year. I'm going to buy 4-family, okay? And even though I sell a ton of real estate and I've got a team of people that sell a ton of real estate, I'm going to advise these guys at Nexus, and I'm going to actually, when I find that house, I'm going to take them in there. And Greg, I'm going to get all of your advice. You guys are going to professionally manage it for me.
Awesome.
And I can't wait to tell you about that on the radio. Definitely.
Your life will change.
Yeah, I know it'll change. I'll be getting more income in. I'll have a wonderful asset. I'll be preparing for retirement. And I'm actually going to use that property. I'm going to lend against that and buy another property.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, man. The more the merrier. Definitely. It's like Monopoly. It's fun. It's freaking fun. I get excited over this stuff, obviously. That's what keeps us fresh in here every week now. We're going on our 3rd year, Greg. I don't know if I told you that. Our 3rd year on the radio, and our listenership is so strong right now. And we've got agents listening. Thank you guys so much. And we've got, people down at MLS, people down at the Rhode Island Association of Realtors. We've got, professionals all around the state and every day, people that aren't even in real estate. And it's been so wonderful. So thank you for being a part of this.
You're the real deal, my friend.
Oh, man, you're too kind. You guys are too. Thank you. Check Greg's profile out on theroundtableradio.com, okay? And what's your website again? It's awesome.
NEXRI.com.
NEXRI.com. Any questions you have for him, either call him, tell him you heard it here, or you can go to theroundtableradio.com, go to the contact section.